Hello, hello, and welcome. It is Saturday night, 22nd of January in the fantastic 2022, and we have a fantastic game ahead for you. We have got CoRe versus ESPT-OP-BHB. What a game we have got this evening. I am excited. I'm very glad that I've managed to get a little host on this one, so super thank you. We've got some good commanders coming out head to head tonight. We've got Vernavos and Kemi for each side. What an evening we have planned for you. The game will go live in approximately about 19 minutes. We have also got another streamer, Garthnix. He'll be streaming from the Allies' perspective tonight. I'll be taking on the Axis, which will be the ESPT side. We are obviously be playing on Hergen Forest. It is the few, which is CoRe, against the many, which is a big clan combined, which is the ESPT-OP-BHB. Nice. What an evening we have planned. So, you've got plenty of time. Go get yourself a drink. Go get some snacks. Go get a pillow, cushions, blankets. But don't make yourself too comfortable and fall asleep, because we are absolutely in for a corker of a night. Hopefully we'll see satchels, friendly kills, tank shots, garrisons going down. Most importantly, we want to see a melee kill. Good bombing runs as well. We are absolutely going to go through it all. If you're more interested in looking on the overview and the looking at the tactics sort of style from the commander and squad leader, then do drop over onto Garthnix stream, and he will be mainly looking at the real high sky and overlooking the whole game. What we will be doing is we'll be focusing right down in the depths, hand-to-hand battles, getting a really good, dirty, nitty-gritty sort of style gameplay. Obviously, we'll be jumping in the sky now and again, but we want to get as close to the action as we possibly can. I am going to start a prediction, which will be, who do you think will win first? Will it be CoRe, or will it be ESPT-OP-BHB? So, pop your channel points on. It's on for about 20 minutes now, so there it is. Let's get it going. Hopefully you have time as well to start getting into it and voting. Put your votes down and we'll see who comes out on top tonight. So, like I said, Garthnix will be joining us in a few minutes, but what we'll do is we're going to head over and on to seeing who is in tonight's game. For the CoRe side, leading the charge, it will be Vernavos himself. We've got Sokis. I'm going to throw it out there, I've never been fantastic in pronouncing names. So, if you are unfortunately the one that I get wrong, or the few that I get wrong, I apologise. I try my best. Sokis, after a corker. Yoshi, Kujon, Chan, Nero, Hoblazer, Veli, Gold Dragon, Rotmeyer, Jetty, Luck, Sechond, Nice, X-Min, Offbeat, Hello, Da, Squealer, Knuffles, CC, Narcher, Nick, Soviet King, Stubborn High, Rakushi, Jingle Nicks, AA, Senseless, Butler, Doctor, Crusader, Antrox, J Thompson, Private Joker, Rip Eye, Smoker, Nothing, Zoom, Nero, Narrowed, Lucky One, Wheelie, Godsent, Fissant, Chucky, Delta Fox, Raisin, and Bayan Solidant. Some good players leading the charge on the CoRe side. Very excited to see some of these guys play tonight. Some of these players that we have seen in games, in public games, absolutely dominating the public field. We've seen them in competition games as well, doing what they're doing best, and taking control of pretty much every game that they go into. So they are a very deadly side, CoRe, but they are against a very decent, upcoming, fantastic clan ahead, led by a Cami. Now let's have a look at what they've got. Again, apologise for the names. Dyslexic, Infidel, Cetas, Kebs, Sav, Madcap, Joe, Racto.
Hello, no connection.
Oh, hello.
Am I interrupting?
No, I was just going through the Axis's names.
Oh, okay, yeah.
How are you? Are you ready for tonight?
I hope so. I've been preparing my overlay, as everyone can see, very diligently. So hopefully I'm ready. How about yourself?
I'm absolutely ready. I'm well and truly excited for tonight. I'm still unsure about how this game will go, though. I'm not sure who will get the upper hand.
Maybe, I don't want to say both teams are maybe a little bit unsure about how the game's going to go as well, but I haven't got a good authority that they don't want to necessarily get into who's going to, make predictions about who's going to win or lose. Yeah,
exactly. And I think it will really help with points in terms of capping points for tonight. I think it really depends on who gets the better side. I think last time that we streamed together, there was a very fair squad line battle on Tuesday where it was all down the middle line. So I'm hoping for another one like that. Hello?
Yeah, sorry, let me just double check I've got you coming out the audio okay on the stream. There could be a Discord issue.
Okay,
Plastic.
I hope it's working. We won't know until...
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We'll just try and catch it now, so it's better now than in 15 minutes, right? That's
exactly.
Okay, so hopefully that's... Can I even hear you now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
you ready?
There you go. Yeah, perfect. So just saying, don't know which way it's going to go, etc. Looking at the different possible centre points, what would you say favours which team, do you think?
Well, let's have a little look at the map ahead. I think the points do favour more of the Allies side than the Axis, especially on the middle points. Because if you look at down sort of the capping area, they've got a lot of the hill side that they can use as cover.
True.
Whereas the opposition have to go through the open river and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean the open river is is kind of critical to defending, but there's so many points that you can get across that it's actually really, really hard to defend. So in some ways, it just doesn't even it's a barrier, but it's kind of not a barrier at the same time. It's so easy for teams that know what they're doing to get around.
The hill is very, very steep.
But
yeah.
So in terms of the Scar North Pass Siegfried line, what's your preferred one? As a player, as somebody that watches a game, what do you like to see? If
I'm a player, I prefer Siegfried line. If I'm the Axis, purely because it's closer to it's kind of in the middle of both points. No one can get a garrisons close enough to push into that point. But as a viewer, I do like North Pass purely because it's really open and you can really get some good tanks in good positions, AT cannons. It's hard for him to push into the point. You have to be very tactical up there. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I think in a way I'm the same perhaps with Siegfried Line. I think if we see it as Siegfried Line, it's going to be like a lot of to and fro because it's kind of it's hard to defend from both sides really. I think from a spectator point of view, I really enjoy watching North Pass because it's like just a really hard point. There's some like key areas as well. I think like the forest in the kind of like north west of it, I suppose, like up the hill there's kind of like a broken down building. There's like a little farm area where people often build their garrison, and there's like a little kind of sniper nest thing up on the hill. That whole area up through there and those woods behind it, they're like critical for any defensive garrisons. They're critical for taking North Pass because you can see over the whole town from there. So if people are able to like loop up around and get into the back of North Pass, then that's like a really powerful like area to capture, and you see the like give and take a lot more on that kind of where you can really see like a critical area. I find that as a spectator you can kind of see like who's winning and losing like quite clearly, if you know what I mean. And you can see in North Pass often that it's like really hard fought.
It's very it's a good map to have to play against. It's hard. It really depends. If you manage to cap that middle point, then you really just have to hold it and solidify it, because it's just as hard as it is to defend and to attack it.
Those second and third points, you know, like the two closest kind of home points for both teams are just horrible as well.
Yeah.
Like on all sides, Jacob's Barn, Hurtgen Approach, Logging Camp, Salient 42, they're all horrible. Hill 15's okay, Groschow Approach is horrible, and on the other side, on the open hill there, you've got Webeck Overlook, Cow Trail. Like Webeck, you can literally just get into the trenches like all around it. Same with Cow Trail, there's that kind of like trench area up to the north that just overlooks it. Ruin as well is like not a nice place to be defending. And then of course like right back at the I guess the Allies HQ, you've got that little stream with all of those lumber yard, reserve station, Mouseback all along that stream, which is like impossible to defend because it's just trees on both sides, and you know all it takes is like machine gun fire. You've got your head down and there's people pouring through the trees, they're in the stream, there's smokes, like there's no cover kind of thing, like there's no point to defend, it's just trees. So
sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, it's just so important, like you say, to keep the middle point.
It is. With this map, I've looked at a few other maps, and I think with this one in particular, the middle point from the second to the third, from either side you're looking at, it's quite a big distance. You know, you see on the other maps like Chapel, you've got Hill 5 and obviously. Utah, you've got Chapel and Hill 5.
Yeah.
That's very close together. Whereas if you look at Weybetch Overlook and then North Pass, that's a big push. And then also North Pass to Hill 15. That's also a good big push as well. So I think you will get caught in, you know, the no man's land pretty easily.
It's certainly possible, and especially like we haven't even mentioned tanks, but like this is definitely a big tank map. You know, there's some like amazing sight lines from practically Groschow Approach all the way to Weybetch kind of thing. Like you can see like right across the map in certain points, and all up in Cow Trail, up on the hill there, like the sort of defensive tank positions could be crazy. And if you get tank dominance, like the tank dominance over the infantry is just disgusting on this map. It's just a bloodbath, it can be. And like you say, with those long pushes, like you're just running into tank fire, getting slaughtered kind of thing. If your OP's not in a good place, there's a lot of running to do. Yeah,
it's certainly going to be tough, and I think we're definitely up for a good treat tonight. I think you do have to, as much. I know it's very good to have tanks in this map because they can be really good advantage, but also you need to look after them. You need to make sure that there's a few guys making sure that tank's looked after, because if an AT gets it, then it's really the advantage goes to the other side.
Absolutely, I think you're right. The other thing that we haven't mentioned as well is like, these are two teams who are practicing for the upcoming seasonal.
Yep.
Since the last seasonal, we've got a whole new thing in the game. Do you reckon we're going to see many half-track plays today? If there's going to be any kind of, experimenting going on?
I would say yes, definitely a half track. And I think if the points are majority either top of the map or bottom of the map, I can see them using the bridge at Siegfried or North Pass and getting over. I think it's absolutely great addition to have a half track.
I think it could be interesting to see like how they use a half track on this map, because I have seen it before where people struggle a little bit because that crossing of the river, like you mentioned before, like if the points don't align correctly kind of thing, like it can be really hard to get the thing across without getting either blown up or stuck somewhere. But there could be defensive strats with it as well. I'm really actually looking forward to seeing how people use it in the seasonal.
Yep.
Because it's going to be like a whole new change to the game, really. Well, it is a whole new change, but it's going to be like completely fresh for the new season also.
Oh yeah, 100%. And last week we saw WTH versus 116, and 116 had about 8-9 AT cannons that game. It was ridiculous. I've never seen a game like that. So it'd be quite interesting to if we can get a few AT cannons up on the hills and pound on the other side, and I think that would be a fantastic addition as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think we'll probably see that in terms of like competition games going ahead on this map, because it is also a great push to have.
It's well balanced, I think, this map. Yeah, it's like since they did the rework all that time ago, like it is quite a well balanced map for like competitive. Like you said before, there's good space between the points. None of them are like super, advantageous. Caltrail and the Scar are like sort of close together, but there's a river in between. So they're pretty even, and interesting as well. There's a lot of different kind of terrain and stuff here.
Yeah. So, what would you say? Are you going to give a prediction
for winner?
Yeah. Or score?
That's hard because I don't know ESPT against, like they've not been around like doing as much as CoRe, if you know what I mean. So in some ways I feel like maybe I should give it to CoRe just on the thing of, they're very powerful.
Their reputation.
We've seen that. They've got a good reputation. We've seen them be very successful. So probably CoRe, I guess, but who knows? Like I think ESPT are going to definitely be putting up a good fight. I know they're not like an aggressive clan kind of thing, but they are definitely a competitive community. So they're going to be trying to win, I think.
I'm still trying to think. I think I'm going to go another 5-0. Again, I'm not too sure.
5-0 to who?
Yeah, I'm not too sure on this one. Purely because I think it depends on the points and who takes the middle. But airheads on this map are absolutely hard to capture and find. You have to be very accurate and very focused on when they and hearing them come in straight away. So if they land, you're in danger straight away. So I think whoever takes the middle, it's all game.
It's all game. They've got a 5-0. Wow. Interesting. I think that I've seen CoRe defend incredibly well, and I think, for example, I think practically any point except Siegfried maybe, but even Siegfried, if they had Vayback Overlook to defend, if CoRe defending Vayback, I think they could hold that.
Yeah. Like
very, very effectively. Like I feel like I've seen them do that before. But you could be right. You could be right for the 5-0. If it is a 5-0,
Yoshi,
maybe it's controversial, but I like the 5-0s. I know some people think, maybe it's not like a fair shake or something, but like, I don't know. As a spectator, I like to see some slapping going on.
It's certainly going to be a good game. That's for sure, and that's what we're definitely going to get tonight, no matter what the score will be.
Great. Well, good luck with your stream.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I think we're having some communications issues at the moment.
I think I've heard that it might be a change of server, so it might be a slight delay, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. No
All right.
worries. Well, have a good one.
I'll catch you after. Have a
Catch
good
you
one. Bye
after.
bye. Bye. Well, there you have it. That's what that's what Garth thinks. So, if you're, like I said earlier in the stream, if you want to jump over and have a look at what he's going to bring to the stream and overlook the point, go jump on his stream and take a look. Let me just have a little look to see where we are at with the game. Currently we're on about 87 players. So there is going to be a delay, that is for sure. It is 8 o'clock, so we are hoping we'll get things sorted very quickly, but that also gives me time to go back to the roster and finish the ESPT-BHB-OP side. So we have got Cammy leading the team. He's not the regular commander for this, but he has stepped up to the plate and he is going to give it the best he's going to give it tonight. So yes, we have got Dyslexic, we've got Infidel, we have also got Cetas, Kebs, Sav, Madcap, Joe, Kato, Lost That Loving Feeling, Recon, Excel, Ghost of Vienna, Don Vice, Ban, Dark Times Ahead, Shaka, Cool Palak, High Speed Hilly, we got Dash Thirsty, Tira, Viper, Freak, Deco, Chris, Ted, The Last Word. Ooh, go back. Strooper, 3, Gal Rock, Jimbon, Strikeout, Crowd Killer, Stormtrooper, Morningstar, Rabbers, Hornet, Striker, Revenant, Hey Yo Adrian, Ford, Burger, Sap, Rex the People, Rupup, Garam, Soup, and Hoonball. Again, another fantastic side put together for the trio clan together. I'm super excited. And a middle, I'm hoping for another one like that. Just double checking. Hello. Just having a little look into. Oh no! I'm looking at the wrong side. There we go. Sorry about that. That's the side we want. Too many layouts on this stream. Do not like it. That's what we're looking at. CoRe versus ESPT OP BHB. We have got a few minutes. We are almost ready. Final checks coming on. Let's have a little look. The server will change. So I am just about to jump on. Looks like everyone is leaving. So let me just load that up quickly. And then hopefully we can get started. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always been the slowest one to load up in games. Let's have a little look. We are. Am I loading in? And we are loading in. So I'm loading into the game now itself. We'll be looking to start very, very shortly.
It's kind of not.
But yes, this is tonight's game. Do not forget. Said this earlier in the week. We have got another game this time tomorrow. It will be WTH taking on the German STDB on a friendly competitive game. We'll be live here with another 15-minute delay. Roughly about the same time, just a half an hour early. So we're going to kick it off about 7:10 tomorrow evening with a kickoff at 7:30. It's going to be a good game. Good lineups ahead. I can see the roster already. and that's going to be another interesting game ahead. But all eyes on tonight's game. Let me just double check. I am currently looking for the right. Just double checking. I don't want to get into the wrong squad. That is for sure. Trying to find key names. And I'm in, but obviously we're at a 97. We are at 97, guys and girls. We're a little bit closer. Little bit closer. So after the game, as usual, what we're going to do is we're going to get the commanders in themselves. I think we're going to have Kemi join us. So I'm not too sure if someone else might step in from the trio clan, but we'll see. But I'm still super excited to see how this comes out. Looking at the predictions, a lot of you have gone for the CoRe to win. In fact, 100% of you have voted for the CoRe side. You guys are definitely got your votes and full attention and full encouragement for the CoRe side. But we can see some underdogs winning, you know, and the trio clan are the underdog tonight. But anything can happen. It's not seasonal. It's just a test. But things can change. CoRe obviously are looking to go and win this cup this year on the spring, which is up and coming in about 4 or 5 weeks' time. ESPT and the trio are also looking to get their name on the board and really give this spring tournament a real good battering and put their stamp onto the mark, and then they can go into the next seasonal and then the next seasonal and just get better and better. We are at 99, guys. We are at 99. So what we are going to do is we are going to jump straight on to the stream now. Here we go. And let's just wait for this to load up. Let me, with the server change, I might be a little bit nervous on whether I have admin. No, I do. Thankfully, I do. So we will have that. That is all good. So let's have a look at the squads. Now, majority of players before the game, they sort of jump into the squads that they're going to be in and the roles that they're going to be in for the up and coming game. So this could be like a little test on to see who will be playing what. It looks like Crowd Killer, Morningstar and Morningstar and Stormtrooper are going to go as a tank. We've got Chris and the Last Word going as the recon. Got another tank squad, Garrock, Strikeout and Flaming Wood. Father Ted, Ghost of Bio also on the recon list, and it looks like the rest are going as the infantry. Kemi not just jumping in the commander seat as of yet. Wants to hold himself because he is ready. Absolutely ready for tonight. 100 players now. Any second now we'll start jumping in. just having a quick look at North Pass because it could be one of the points that we will be attacking or defending for the next point when the server changes over. It's a real good one, and it's probably my favorite to watch over because you can see that you can get, you know, 80 tanks up there on the hills. You can get 80 tanks and tanks up there as well. A lot of defensive areas for infantry to push in using the buildings. You've got a nice like warehouse there that you can go around. MGs, like you can see Ripai just on the bunker there. Snipers, prime location to be in. So, and it's super fantastic. You can also, you know, get a Tiger onto Hill 15 and pound the point from North Pass, which will make it extremely difficult for the infantry to push onto. But that's if North Pass is one of the points. Let's have a little look at the middle point. Again, it's another tricky one as well. The infantry are very tunneled into a single area, pushing over the river. Good defensive points as well. Not as many as the two other points, but it has got its high ground. It's got its big rock as a defensive point. Infantry will be tunneled into like mainly this location here. But I think what we will see is a lot of arty tonight. And arty will be a great addition to the cap. And to even hold the point. Got 99 players now, so commanders will be looking to probably reset, probably just getting rid of a few players if they've just joined accidentally. Itchy nose. But this is another tricky one. It really benefits the allies because they can really push in down into this forest here and push up. If you can get those buildings in the southeast, then you can come and slowly work behind the point. It benefits whoever is defending because you can just sit, you can pop yourself up ready, and then you will see the movement through the field, through the forest, tree to tree. You will see the movement, and it'll be a very easy kill as opposed to you running and trying to find them. Who's going to get the middle point? I'm not too sure. It's definitely going to be a tricky point. But we are slowly getting there. Just a time check from Vernavos. The game will be starting at 1:15, which is any second now. Now, if this were the point, and this was a particular capping points on the next game when we're actually going live, it's not a bad area to have. It's absolutely fair beyond belief. You know, having the two last points in the middle line, the 2 second points in the top line, as well as the mid cap. But we're not fighting on this one. We have to wait for the game to start. But what we'll see is we'll see if there's anyone here just for now. Oh, we've got CoRe exim. Just see a little bit of fun gameplay. Not yet. Aha! We're off, guys. Here we go. ESPT-BHB-OP against CoRe. You've got 2 minutes to go get that drink, to go get that chocolate bar, to go get that cup of tea or whatever you want, that beer. Go get it, get in your seat, because the show is about to begin. Here we go. Option. Okay, let's get over to the middle point, and then we are going to start looking at what points do we have on the battle cards tonight. Grosshull approach, then hill 15. Absolutely fantastic for the Axis to have those 2 points collectively together. That is a solid, good advantage to them. For the Allies, they have reserve station, then ruin. 2 good points, but also they're quite far apart, but it's not particularly bad. So in terms of points, it does benefit the Axis on the defensive part, but it's all about Scar right now. It's all about Scar, because you can get garrisons in this border here, and it'll be a lot easier to push onto the point from the Allies. 55 seconds until the barrier goes down. We can see tanks, we can see transport trucks, all full, ready to go. But this will be good. We have people on RT. They're ready to go. Let's have a little look to see if the Allies are ready to go as well. There, look at them. Transport truck, supply truck, ready. It's all about who can get this push first. 10 seconds and we're good. Here we go. Game on. Look at that, everyone's pushing. Everyone's pushing at different angles, which is absolutely fantastic. Cammy's looking to drop supplies at the North Pass, looking to try and get over the main bridge. That would be a huge advantage to them if they can hold the bridge on the correct side, not their side, on the enemy side. That's what they want. Here CoRe comes. Haven't heard any anti-arty shots just yet. Not seeing the ESPT guys just yet. CoRe's offloading. And what a push this is. Transport truck just coming. A few of them get off early. More get off. They're going to need to hold. Now they're starting to do. But look at that for a push from the CoRe guys. Straight over the river. Oh, Crusader with the first kill from the RT. Absolutely fantastic. Now the ESPT are offloading. Oh, this is good. Axis are taking a point, but CoRe are coming. And they are coming in pure force. Taking out a load in the south side. Butler with the first charge. Here he comes. Click is trying to push up as high as he can. Viper against CoRe. He doesn't see. CoRe tries to push. Getting saved by the smoke right now. Zoom pushing. Oh, just got caught by Hey Adrian there. CoRe absolutely coming out second best here. ESPT taking charge of the sky right now. Good start from the underdogs. Fantastic. This is what they've wanted. RT. Double RT hit. They need to push it out a little bit wide there to get some more kills. Oh, that tank got damaged there. And it might go down actually. Oh, it's awfully close. TIA and Senseless pushing up. Viper is unaware of them. This is good, but he's got a few infantry behind him. Ford is there against Butler. Ford comes out on top. Nice is also here as he pushes. Shaka Zulu there. In comes the light tank from the Americans. Striker is down. What can Nice do here? Can he be the B on the point, and can he be the big nuisance? Ford is out. Zoom wants a bit of the action. And gets the action. That's what he wants. Burger. Absolutely dominating the battlefield right now. Burger versus Butler. They don't push just yet. CoRe are coming. They're not giving in just yet. TRAA takes out Burger. Now the capping properly begins from the CoRe. Shaka Zulu in the bunker. We'll look to try and get the CoRe players as they push up. Revenant is also there as well. Artie's still hitting, but should probably look to bring it a little bit closer. XL. Zoom gets the kill. Shaka Zulu takes out one. Zoom. Shaka Zulu. Zoom gets the better. ESPT had the upper hand there. Absolutely had it, but got pushed back. Dash Thirsty loses out to the direct RT hit. Ford wants to push. Nero takes out the OP from Manimal. Citrax doesn't see. Nero wants to push out. He might hear the movement. Nero's winning. Oh! Do it! Do it! Harold! Yes! Oh, but supported by a godsend. He'll be absolutely gutted he's missed that shot. Kerr's pushing round. Offbeat. Offbeat is down. Hello's coming behind though. Will he be able to? He is waiting. Oh! And gets the kill. Let's have a look at Hill 15. It looks like CoRe's Joker and Sletcho is pushing straight up onto the hill, but I do think I see a tank. Yes, I do. What tank is it though? It is a Tiger. It's going to be hard for the Ghoul guys to push on this point with the Tiger there. Who will be the one to throw the bombing one? Who will be the one that throws that first airhead? CoRe spreading their bodies out in and around the point of Scar. TIA gets caught there by a Madcap. Madcap and Turbs need to be careful. They need to work together as a unit. They've got a lot of players in front of them right now, supported by Joe and Cetas. SOS looks like he... Oh, and Joe gets caught. Oh, all of them are down now. All of them. What a push from the CoRe guys. They surely will get the OP now. Butler will get it. Have to admit that was a extremely very aggressive push from them. They pushed as a unit. Ban is also here. Godsend tries to get Ban. They're playing around the trees but gets caught by Click. Yeah, Click. And look at that. Absolutely. CoRe has pushed the Trio clan back tremendously. What an advantage that has been twisted for the CoRe. That goes here on the north, the east side and southeast side of the point. Big push coming from CoRe through the bushes leading up to Hill 15, but they also need to be very, very careful because, like I said earlier, you can get caught in no man's land if you're in the middle of the 2 points for too long. Bearing in mind, if they are in there for too long and the commander doesn't realise and they don't take full advantage of that, you will lose that point for sure. You need to find the right time that they're in that no man's land, and then that's when you go for it. That's when you go round or you pop an airhead and you take full advantage. Is that... No, I thought he built an AT cannon there, but he hasn't just yet. Sletcho trying to get up into the two double buildings, but gets caught as he jumps over. And artying his corpse. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Ra is pushing off our offbeat here. Gets caught. Offbeat was just waiting and making sure that his hit was accurate, but he gets caught by Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu's having a fantastic game so far. Definitely a dangerous player. We've seen him in the public and competition games before. What a player he is. Or she. Luck. Oh, getting supported by his player there. Dash thirsty. trying to get an advantage on the CoRe guy, but he gets caught by Nice. Let's have a look. Have they pushed out too much from the CoRe guys? What have they got on defense? Not much at all. It looks to me like what the CoRe guys are doing is they've taken their squad leaders and just they are the ones defending, because they have the OPs. They can call back their infantry. So that's very, very smart from the CoRe guys. It means extra bodies up for the push onto Hill 15. Do we have any recons in and around behind Hill 15 as of yet? We do have recon unit about to engage with the arty here. Oni and Caljon about to hit freak fights. I think he's just about to aim up a shot. You can just about see. Free fight is getting engaged. But will he get clipped by the sniper? The sniper's not watching at the moment. But anyway, let's push on. Cool Polduck. CoRe pushes. CoRe is pushing absolutely everywhere in this game, and they've got the numbers to do that. Ban trying to push up the hill here. He's got a few guys in front of him. Takes one. He's got one on his left. He gets caught by a butler. Whose recon plane that is? That is Kemi's recon plane coming up. What will he see? Not seeing much at all right now. Zim pushing and pushing. Supported by Hello. But if you have a little look, it does look like both teams are doing the exact same sort of maneuver. They're trying to swing round that right side, and as they are doing, they're just drifting slightly at the same motion of both sides. Need to be very, very careful, because whoever gets into the next point and starts contesting and capping, they are more likely to win the point, because again they are going to be caught in that no man's land. Oh, an OP going absolutely down here from the CoRe guys. Will Ripai try to take this? Has he got the loadout to blow it up? They should be spawning. He dies. They could use this as a little advantage. Oh, Butler is watching though. Butler is watching. You can just about see him. Oh, how did he miss that? How? Not that he missed a bad shot. It was an accurate shot, but how did it survive? It did not survive that time. Great shot from Butler. That was very tight as well. That sounds like an... No, it sounded like an ahead. Maybe it's because I'm a bit too far away. Oh, they spawned again. Rakshai. He's got Rabbits in front, but he doesn't see. Butler's also here to push as well. Let's follow him. He's having a lovely game. He's absolutely enjoying tonight. But Rabsa doesn't see. Oi! They see you though. They absolutely see you. Have a look at this. This is what I like to see. Look at how close they are. Seaters are nice. Not even hearing each other fire. So unlucky here. I don't think he'll see him anymore now. Joe, absolutely. Look at this for a little battle. Halo tries to get a shot. He succeeds, but Joe easily got about 4 or 5 players there. Good push from him. Trying to get over on that bridge, and it is a very big advantage if you can cap it or get over it. Hello. You know, fantastic shot from him. We got Rango pushing up onto Butler. Surely he will see him. He is in the building. And he gets caught. Just popped out at the right time there. Ghost off the bay. He's got a few infantry here. Needs to be careful. Needs to look behind him. His execution style. Absolutely execution style from the US player. From CoRe. Infidel is down. TRA just ducking and weaving as he tries to push in. You can see a little bit of supplies there as well. So yes, that is a garrison. But will they see it? They might see the spawn. Let's follow this in. Census pushes. He might see the garrison. He doesn't. He decides to go. Oh, he runs away. Census tries to get. Oh, Don Vice pushes. Don Vice dies. That will be Zim. That will cap that Gary now. Or maybe not. Oh, XL. Absolutely expelling him from the game. Selecho. Another recon plane from Remy. And there is the garrison, and that will be going down now. CoRe are gradually, very, very slowly getting towards this point now. The Trio clan currently reduced down to 3 garrisons. Looking to try and go down. They've got a garrison in the bottom part of the map, which is great advantage if they can cap onto Scar, and then they can redeploy and go in and around Ruin from the south. But the biggest point is they need to cap that middle. Don Vice, TRAA, pushing each other. He's just come out in the open. Vice misses his shots. TRA will not be happy with that. And he definitely catches him. And goes to the bay as well. Joe still looking to try and get over this bridge, but he will find that incredibly challenging, especially nice. Absolutely nice. And that looks like it will be a minute. That will be a minute satchel. And I will definitely be waiting for this minute because it could actually cap a few of these guys here. It might get Joker if he pushes up. How long have we got left? We should be in about halfway now. Yes, we are. Soviet Viking is out of the radar. He is down though. Oh, Joker and Smoker. They're not pushing up quick enough. Joe will lose out on this satchel. Unfortunately, he will not. Nobody? No, no. I think we're just... Yes. Unlucky. Unlucky, Joe. Ghost. Pushing. He gets caught. Good RT in the distance there. Roncon survives, but... Oh, it's very, very close to him at the moment. And it was definitely close enough for his liking. He goes down. Rango and Harold about to have a little battle off here. Rango just waiting. Just peeping, he is. Absolutely peeping. Harold comes out in top. Here he is. Oh, one shot. Now, yes, that's definitely a friendly Garrison. Just gonna wonder why he's not going for that. Let me just double check. Yep. Godsend. Hump is also trying to push. Hey, Adrian will be mounted up surely. Oh my god. Hey, Adrian. Oh my. Now, will Nero find this? This is like that Call of Duty game. He got up. Oh. How unlucky was that? I was about to say that it looks like that Call of Duty game where you're as an object and you have to hide and stuff like that. Whew. What a nice area that was. Keeps. Luck gum. Hello. Here we go. Hello is very adamant to push here. Hello is absolutely taking it easy, but Gabs. It looks like he was just about to do the long jump. Hello. He absolutely flew with that shot. Another recon, and that is the airhead. But look at this quickly, because we are capping the point. Dash thirsty is there. Senseless is here. What will Dash do? It's Dash v Senseless. He's also down, supported by the MG on the other side of the river. There was an airhead, and that will be the trio clan support on the push. Shaka Zulu and Joe cannot go down here. They need this airhead to land safely, and it's there. That will be priority number one from them both. So make sure that that airhead survives. Smoker, Squealer, Bayon, big spawn coming from the commander, Werner Voss, down at the south. What will this spawn be like? It needs to be huge. It needs to be a big push from the trio. They're capping once again. There it is. What a push. In they go. They're getting hit. Put some smoke down. But fantastic. And this is what we are saying. The CoRe were caught in that no man's land and they were out of position. And it only takes one decent push and one airhead and you're in. They are capping Hill 15 though. So the ESPT guys and the rest need to make sure that this is the cap. They've got the bodies. CoRe are surrounding them though. But what can they do? Will he go for it? Will he get the airhead? He doesn't. Cool Pollock saving the airhead. Big spawning. It needs to be another big spawn. They've got time. Squealer's up in the east, trying to push down. Keeps in infidel will engage. Oh. But the cap race is getting closer and closer. Even better from the trio. They're holding Hill 15 back. Oh. Yes! 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 What a push. What a push that was. Fantastic from Cammy. Oh my god. That is how you cap a point. Yes! And he also leads the charge. Wow. But there comes the tank. The hardest bit has been done. Yeah, and we'll jump on to the next point now in a second because they are capping. But the hardest point's done. They've capped it. They need to get a garrison and they need reinforcements to solidify this. We will jump on to Ruin though because Father Ted and Sav are holding this. I'm not seeing a garrison here from Vernavos and his side. We'll probably see a spawn in a second. No. No. They're all spawning from the base. They've got no garrison. Can Cammy utilise this and go straight onto that fourth and then hold it? You know. Do they have a garrison? It looks like who is that player there? He's got the garrison down. Chris has got the garrison. Oh, it's going to be a double cap. Fantastic double cap. I'm going to write that down. I want to talk to the commander about that later on when we get him in the side, hopefully, on the debrief. Wow. Sav trying to take shots at Vernavos there on the supply truck. Will he be able to get it in time though? And he does. I don't think Vernavos managed to get some supplies out though. This is good. Sav. Fantastic. They've capped. Oh my god. Are they? No, they're not. They are not that brave to go for the trio. The trio cap. I don't believe it. I'm not even going to look that way. I am not looking that way because I don't want to see that happen. Do not want to see it happen. But although I do if it works. Father Ted tries to push. He's got click on the right. A load of people trying to get shots on him though. Click. Pushing. Three is there. What will Click do? Will he jump the wall? Or will he come up to 3? Is 3 maybe AFK? What is 3 doing? He's got Hornet on a support. Support versus support. Click comes out on top. They need to be careful. I think the Trio clan have overcommitted. They felt a bit lucky here. They felt very lucky, but they need to be very, very careful, because if they lose this, they've got no garrison at Scars, and that means they will be spawning all the way from the base. Get those bodies on this point now, is probably what Rami is saying. Rango survives by the brick of the wall. Joker catches Rami. No, that was also Jay Thompson there. Takes out another one. Contesting now. That was a good pushback. A fantastic pushback from the trio. It's not over yet though. They need more. They need to they need to find that extra gear right now, and they need to push right back into their own point. They've done an absolutely tremendous work here. Excel. Oh, TRA. Execution. I think 3 heard it. 3 heard movements. He gets caught. Bombing run coming in. This is one would be the first one we've seen for tonight. It will be a defensive one. Doesn't get as many as he hoped for. Might get J, he does. But that would be all. Not a fantastic bombing run, but it does do its job. And it does allow you extra time to get in around the point. How? How is he surviving? Revenant gets the kill though. Larus is watching from the windows. Here he goes. Let's get in here now. As he pushes. He's got one upstairs. He sees. He still fires. Oh, on it. Can't quite get the kill though. Lazarus still in the warehouse. He's got a few people coming in though. Revenant. Can he be able to clear out this warehouse? He needs to. Ban is also pushing. But he's on the outside. Hornet is coming for revenge, but gets caught by Madcap. Recon plane coming over for the allies, for Vernavos. I'm expecting a bombing run, and if it's over Ruin, he's got a good recon over that, and definitely will get a lot of kills if it's accurate. Not seeing a bombing run coming in as of yet. That RT is pretty good. It's in the middle of both of the buildings. How did they survive that? Absolutely. Look at that. Oh. Ghost of the Bay. He's absolute ghost. Nothing is touching him right now. Although, come on. If that was me, I'd have gone. I'd have died the 6th time already. Let's have a little look at this unit coming in from from the north side of the point. Werner Voss and Click are the 2 infantry on the point. Got Delta Fox and Chucky on the side. We can see I think that's a 75 coming out of the middle point. Have we got any tanks? We haven't just yet. We've got only a little light one. Is he looking? What can he see? The sniper on the point, overlooking. This is a good angle because he'll try to get supply trucks as they come out, but will he get run over? He won't. He doesn't get caught. Jetty is solo tanking. Huge disadvantage to Jetty, but I'm sure he can make it. We are contesting. 76 dash. Absolute surviving, but oh, one down. Another one coming in. CC down. Will he get the trio? He got 3, but Bayan just comes out on top. Shaka Zulu on the point once again. What a phenomenal game he is having right now. Cannot beat him right now. He is... Let's have a little look to see how many points he has got for his side. 256. He's having a lovely game. He's enjoying himself. Absolutely. I think it's the highest scoring squad leader. We do have infantry at the edge of the map here from the CoRe side. Again out of position, but trying to flank around. Taking out a garrison. Taking out another garrison over here from the CoRe. They're having a lovely time. Having a lovely field day right now. Can Rami, utilize this once more? Can he execute that push again? Crusader and CC just exchange pass. Ban is coming now. He's got Nero coming up on the hill on his left. He's got Ripeye on the distance. Doesn't see him just yet. Hornet. Oh, he really survived that from an infantry, covering his right angle. Ho ho ho. Hello. Let's have another shot, please. From that 76. Oh, it's very close. You can just about see another tank coming up in the distance. .76. Trying desperately to take out that MG. Hump. Taking a few shots to the face of the Axis. In they come again. CoRe are coming. They've got plenty of time. We're just about to hit halfway through the game. They had a good turnaround when they lost that first point, but they're on the back foot right now. What can Crusader do as he pushes in? He'll take out an OP. In he goes. Oh, they just spawned. Oh, that is absolutely unlucky from Crusader. He took out the OP, but they still spawned. They've been pushed back once again here from reserved. Sounds like a bombing run about to come in. In it comes. Unfortunately, from Werner Voss does not catch anyone with that one. It's a good angle. Absolutely good angle. Any other day he would have got a load, but Crusader, he's coming back. This is good work from the CoRe guys, because he's got Artie smoking the point, which is allowing Crusader to get in. Once again getting caught. Oh, the 76 takes out his own player with the ricochet. Hello. Zoom. No way. Did that go straight through the building? That's ridiculous. Nero. Oh, look at this. Absolutely just pounding, pounding. Revenant. He gets caught. Oh my god. Everything is happening on this point right now. Artie, Smoke, AT shots, tank shots. The trio clan are doing a wonderful job trying to hold this. Burger's here. Sav trying to take a few shots down below. Have we got any tanks just yet? We haven't. I don't think that they can also support from this angle as well. Oh, go on, get in there. That's it. In we go. Come on, let's go. Oh, every angle the CoRe are coming from, they're getting denied by as many as little players that they've got. But he's seen the garrison. He's seen it. Will he make it? Burger. Burger, what can you do? Oh. He was doing a little bit of Spider-Man. He was doing a little bit of Jackie Chan up the wall. Senseless is here. He gets denied as well. What a perfect timing spawn that was. Wow. 76 is getting engaged. Big push. Big push. Come on. Big push. Look at this. Look at this. Is that... No way. Is he actually aiming from over here and hitting the tank? Oh, way. You can just about see the smoke in the distance. It's awfully close. He's trying. Go on. They're desperately trying to find where this AT is. Come on. Come on. You know, knowing my luck, I'm going to turn it away and he's going to go down. Just going to hold on it ever so slightly. Keep it in the view. But CoRe are pushing. Got another tank here. Another 76 on the point. He's also engaged. Hey, Adrian is also there. Waiting. Should be enough time now for Kemi to drop a bombing run. It'll be absolute perfect timing if he can now. If anything, he needs it, and quite frankly, I think he needs a little bit of tank support up here. You know, this is a fantastic angle for them to have. Adrian's trying to do his best to take it out, but CoRe just absolutely outnumbering him. Absolutely. XL Burger trying desperately. Goes to the bays there as well. They need something, and here it comes. Unfortunately, it might not get as many infantry, but we are looking for this tank to go down. The 76. It will be landing in about 5, 4, 3. He's pushing out. 2, 1. Here we go. Crusader down. Yes! And did he know it was coming or something? Because he moved just perfectly out of the way. Good driving from Holsbeer, but an even better pushback from Cammy and his side here. Although Ghost of the Bay is looking. Come on, get in there. Cammy almost goes down. Oh, I just missed that one. Can you get support from Rock On? Here they come. Big final push from the trio. Tank supporting now. They're slowly getting the point back, and they are. Oh my days. Absolutely phenomenal from the trios. XL. Is he able to do anything here? Be great to see like a little satchel here. We're still not seeing tanks here, but they're doubling up in the corner here. I'll jump onto them and their view when we finally know what's happening over this point. High speed Hilly. Oh, was chasing that 75, but Crusader once again with a saving grace kill. XL down as well by Raisin. I hear like 3 tanks. There is. Oh my god. 3 tanks, 76, 76 and a 75 all on the point. This will surely be the cap. With a low, let alone the tanks is a 9-point lead on the circle if you can get him. Ban about to go down. Fantastic shot. Just looked at the map at the wrong time, but it does look like trying to get a little glimpse of the tanks there. Let's have a little quick. You can just about see the distance. It's a very tight angle. Will he get the kill? He pushes out. Will they get caught? They might. They've taken a shot. They tried. They tried. It could happen any second now. Come on. It's a hit. It's a hit. Can they get another one? Will they have it in time? They've taken out 1 tank. Will they get it? Oh. What a tight one. What an absolute tight one that was. Supported by another tank. But let's have a little look at Scar. CoRe are coming. CoRe are coming. Exchange of bullets there. Ford gets down. Striker's here to clean up. Oh, the RT is absolutely accurate right now. Now, big spawn back, which is good from the trios. Infidel is here. Not much coming from the CoRe, but give them time. They've got 35 minutes left. They will come. Now I did say I'd have a little look at these tanks here. They look like they're in... Ah, did one go down? One must have gone down, but what an angle that this is. Right on the corner there. He's got the front of his tank, the strongest tank in the game, facing the point, and it has to be like the tightest of angles. CoRe look like they're trying to get over the bridge and then look to try and get garrison and push north into the scar. They know it's a tight game. They're probably unaware of the competition today and thinking it might have been an easy game, but ESPT, BHB and OP are combined in their superpower to make them impenetrable. They are winning 3-2 with 35 minutes left. 2 tanks pushing up. Joe might get caught from behind here. He gets caught in front of him though by a doctor. But this is the angle you do not want CoRe to have right now. You do not want them to cross or even get a sniff of that river. Can't let them have any ground. Nice spawn. Ford is also here. What was that was dropping? That was supplies for the Axis. Jay Thompson. He's having a lovely game. Dupree is here. Striker's down. Jay gets caught from behind. Another player that's having a lovely game. Snuffle. He's pushing. Cetus is there. He tries calling. He's got TRAA in front. TRAA catches him as he tries to line up a shot on the other player. Oh my god, I am roasting. Absolutely roasting. It's so hot. This game is extremely intense right now. Whew. Not expecting a game this tight. Wow. Grabbers. SOS shall I say. Inches apart right now. He doesn't see. I think he might actually catch a few players on the river here from SOS. Hopefully, he does. Look at that, look at that. Go on my son. Yes! 1 down, 2 down. Madcap is also in the distance. Kevs is there. Decides to go for the OP. Pushes out. asking for reinforcements from his team. He gets caught though, as he does. Big, strong, defensive hold. No, no. OP down. Hey, Adrian. Yeah, saves. But Burger's down. OP's down. How are we looking at Ruin? We don't look like we're having any players here as of yet. They've been really being pushed back into Skull, which I don't think the Trio clan are too worried about. You know, they are winning by a long way. They are 3-2 up. But they will find their time and they might go for another big push. They're just probably letting CoRe get a feel of the map, let them push out slightly and then go straight back in. We'll see. Crusader there. Offbeat and Exim. He's eyeing up Viper. Luck gets the kill though. That sounds like a bombing run. Where will that lead? In it comes. Oh. Oh no. Oh, this is nice. This is very, very nice. Striker might go down. He survives. Soup. One more bomb and he would have gone down. The garrison is still alive though. So the trios will not be worried in the slightest. Oh, he gets caught. But we're about to have ban. Hump is pushing. Ban is literally just kind of waiting here. Oh no. Oh no, he's mounted. Uh-oh. This could be dangerous. Hump decides he wants to go closer. A brave move. Here we go. Oh, he got on. Good kill. Very good kill. He needed that. Crusader still being a lonely man here, which I think is I mean, he's having a great game. He's been going on his own throughout, from what we've seen from him, trying to penetrate from all angles and whatever angle he can sniff out from. It's very nice to see. Cool Pollock wanting to try and push up as well. He would be taking it easy. Lots of infantry on the left. Click takes a shot, but clicks him as well. A majority of the players from the CoRe side are trying to push down from over the ridge from the southwest of the map. And if you have a look, the Trio clan are holding that and pinning them down very, very well, not allowing them to get out, because if you do, they get in the trees, they get in the forest, and then they can really play mind games with you and be here, there and everywhere. So this is good, holding them down in this angle. Would be great to see if Chris could try and get like a garrison in behind, because he's only got like 1 or 2 players here. So if he actually gets anywhere close to Ruin, he could probably actually start capping it. You know, but will Cammy try to go for that? But again, this is another chance for an airhead. It's very, very hard to see airheads land in this map and try to hold it. But we'll see. Kemi is all about trying to just win the game. That's all that matters. Did you win or did you lose? Doesn't matter about the score. Win or lose. Oh, Rupert is coming. Shake that ass. I see you, baby. Shake that ass. Yes. Look at this. Dyslexic and SOS. Meters apart. Both got an OP on either side of the little mound. SOS. Looks like he might try and push here. Decides otherwise. Who will get the first spawn wave? TRAA. Now he goes for the... Oh, and Joe and Kebs is also here as well. SOS doesn't hear the shots. If Dyslexic will get the... And he will get the OP. Oh, this is fantastic. Absolutely dominating the field right now. I'm guessing there'll probably be a garrison in and around here. Nope. Normally you'd set one up around this location. The trios are looking like they haven't got any tanks out of the map. Maybe the recon squads are doing a fantastic job. Let's have a quick look. It is. They are doing a fantastic game here. They're really trying to stop the tanks coming up, but majority of the tanks will be coming from the south of the base, so they can get their Tigers up. But as you can see, a lot of infantry from the CoRe has pushed out on to the south side of the map, and we'll look at them as they push in north. Here we go. What's that? Sounds like a recon. Can't see it. I can hear it. Where is it? This. Let's see what this will be. It is a friendly recon. They will catch it. Will this be the time? Will this be the time where Kemi throws that airhead? Let's see what we can see on a recon. I forgot I'm a rifleman. I won't see it. I'm used to being a squad leader in these ones. But we don't need that. We can see what we can see. Look at that for a push. Can anyone take this out? They need tanks now. They need tanks right up into that point. We've got an OP here. Burger. Godsend. Godsend down. But so is the OP. That will take out this 76. Galrock is also here as well. There's friendly supplies dropping. Galrock is desperate to try and take this tank out. He's the only one that can do it so far. He gets caught. This is absolutely dangerous to have a tank at this angle on the point. Chris playing around with Bay in there. He gets caught. Now it sounds like the enemy will do a recon. So CoRe and Van... No? Sounded like it. CoRe. They waited and they waited. They pushed back on the 4th. They're pushing back onto the Scar now. They are surrounding the garrison here. They need this out. Fantastic shot from the tank. I think might have caught that garrison though. I think it is. Garrison down on the Scars. Is this the moment that CoRe have been waiting for? Does not matter if you've been second best all game. It all matters on the fight. Sorry, on the final scoreboard. Almost got close enough. Big push. Big push. Coming from the trios. Don Vice is here. Hello. He's also trying to get a shot. Raisin is coming. He's watching. High speed. On the point. Just holding. Excel's there as well. Hello, he's looking to try and go around though. He gets caught. Oh, high speed. You are absolutely doing fantastic work here. But gets caught by Senseless. They need something. They need Yoshi with some shotgun kills, some fast shotgun kills. Might get a striker. He gets caught. Oh, it's very tight now. Airhead coming in. It's going to be the enemies. Where will it land? Next to nobody right now, it looks like. Which should be a very safe location for it to land. Let's have a little look to see where it will. Not quite seeing the blueprint. Is it going to land out in the open? Oh no. Oh, it's there. I thought that was going to go on a road then. But in they come. Don Vice. Butler kills Tara. Tara is so close. So close. Can he get it? Come on. Yes. Tara. With a saving airhead. In comes the bombing run. Oh. That would have worked very nice for the Allies there if they managed to survive that airhead. But Tara. Nice. What will Cammy do? Pressure's on. 15 minutes left of the game. We only need 2 minutes to cap this point. Now, we've got a tank coming up. 76. Where are our tanks? We've got one on the left. And we got one in the front. This one might start engaging it shortly. You can just about see it. Tiger. Oh, he got Tiger's down, but he gets caught from the side. Which was, hey Adrian. Hey Adrian gets a second shot. Ban. Ban will just take anything he can do right now. Adrian. He's got no more bullets. Someone needs to take out this tank. Our tank doesn't even see it yet. You can just see the smoke. Oh, tank is absolutely surviving. Tara is coming though. He is an engineer. He might have... No, he doesn't. He starts to push away actually. What a defense that was. You can thank Tara for that. You know, when you're watching this later, Tara saving. Talk to the commander about that later on. But wow. And no. He is not coming to also satchel the tank. He is not. It is a 3-man tank squad. He's gone to the front of the tank. He should have time. He should have time. Oh my god, this guy. This guy. They didn't even notice. Did not notice. And needs to be careful. You don't want to be running up with him. Decides to run away now because it should be about 10 seconds from now. Takes out Crusader on the left, and there it goes. High speed Hilly is also wanting to try and push out onto the ruin to try and relieve some pressure. Rami is trying to get the recon unit to looks like to come out and build this garrison to just relieve some pressure in the last 10 minutes, because in the last 10 minutes that's when, if you're losing a point, you throw everything and you leave yourself very vulnerable at the back. So Cammy knows that, and if he can turn the tide in the last 10 minutes while they're at peak, the very vulnerablest, it could be a 4-1. Could be a 4-1. CoRe, Jim and Ripai are looking to cross over the river. Missed that one. Hello is down by Madcap. Sap is on the right. Big push from them. Chris looking to get the garrison up now. He should be... Oh. Oh no. He gets caught just at the second. But will they find the supplies? He's searching. He can't see. I can't see. Oh, there. Oh, he's not going to see those. He is absolutely not going to see those. And Chris could come around. Come back and work on them. So us pushing. In he goes. Ghost. Nasty. CoRe again. Coming back. They've got a huge amount of numbers. They're outnumbering the trio clan. But Cool Pollock is doing wonders behind, because if he can try and find their attacking garrison, this could... Oh. Capping. 10 minutes left. Can they hold on one last time? Garrison's down here. Just got taken down by Doctor. Cammy, you can't do this well and lose it just at the nip of time. Crusader's there as well. He'll look to push. Don Vice is here. Don Vice. Godsend is also here. Bombing run coming in. Might get a few here from Cammy. Not as many as he wanted, or any. Unfortunately, he didn't get any. But they're just getting caught at the last minute there. They're coming. Tara is here. Hornet. Manimal. Dupree. Joe is also behind. He's also dangerous. I'm guessing he's done another satchel. He hasn't this time. He's one to watch out for. He's a satcheling man. Just capped half of the point from CoRe. Will they be able to cap the other half? Oh, he did do the satchel. I thought he did. Doctor takes out Tara. Joe is here. Oh, Joe is dangerous. Contesting. Absolutely contesting. What can we do? In comes the big force. They've got the bodies. They can push it if they push together as a big unit. RT's doing wonders. RT's actually really helping them out now. Tiger coming in as well. Strafe and run. Down the river, skipping past one or two players. 7 minutes. And they are literally about 20-25 seconds away from capping this point from CoRe. What are they going to do? It's... Oh. Contesting? It's not contesting. It's contesting? It's not. Rubbers. Crusader. They're capping back. No, they're not. Tara. What's Tara going to do? No. No, 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 no. Oh, this guy. Oh my god, this guy. And oh, this could be extremely, extremely nice. They're contesting, supported by the tank, so this is awfully dangerous. This is very, very tight. And this satchel, if it goes off in time, any second now, they might be able to hold it. It needs to blow up. It needs to blow up. Oh, they lost it. But oh no. And what? They've only got this garrison really to push on from. No one's dropping their OPs right now. And CoRe are going for the double cap. This is very dangerous. They've only got Joker there. They don't want to be giving this away just yet. Oh, how the tables have just absolutely flipped this game. Dyslexic and Butler is pushing. Absolutely surrounded. Absolutely surrounded. And it's all about Hill 515 now. Are they able to hold it? What are they going to do? They really only need like a tank over here, and then they can carry on contesting. But they've got 2 minutes and 14 seconds, 44 seconds left. What a push. Absolutely. Shaka Zulu will try to get a garrison up in E7 if they can hold Hill 15. Can they? Oh, and they won. Oh, CoRe absolutely flipping the game upside down, Humpty Dumpty style. Yeah. It was a hard one. We didn't know which way that was going to go. That was tough from CoRe. They held and held, they waited, they took the right angles, they pushed together, and you know, sometimes that's all you need. Just one player or even two players just hovering around the next point. And because of those two players, you've now officially properly won the game. It would have been enough. It would have been a very, very tight 4 or 5 minutes if those two players never ventured out. Joker pushing. Big infantry spawn here. Recon unit as well. Here to support, but recon unit coming. Recon unit tank. Too much talking. Raisin is down. Raisins takes out. Yeah. Jackie with a grenade. His army's still here though. Oh, he's gone round. Oh, he's taking a piss. He's actually taking a piss. No, 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 no. He's doing a double. Oh. Oh, yes, we've done it. Oh, we've seen tank kills, we've seen AT kills, we've seen great bombing runs, we've seen satchels, with a minute left of the game, we've seen a midi kill. Yes, they are always the top things I always want to capture because I think they're absolutely fantastic. But damn. What a satchel, what a melee kill that was. Godsend. Trying to get the last few kills. Excel comes out on top. Striker wanting to push. He's got 3 people in front. Comes out second best. What an evening that was. Bombing run finally coming in with 10 seconds left from Werner Voss. Tries to capture last minute kills. He gets about 2 or 3. He's having a lovely day. He should be very, very happy with that game. 3-2 to the CoRe side. Werner Voss comes out on top against Cammy, against ESPT-BHB-OP. Wow, oh wow, was that a game. Get yourself a drink, go to the toilet, have a quick minute to yourself, and join us in shortly where we have the commanders for this game, debriefing along with Garthnix. Wow. Let's just wait for Garthnix to join us, as well as the commanders. Let's get the guys in now. Hey Garthnix, you there?
Hey, bud.
Wow, what a game.
That was amazing. That was literally an amazing game.
Oh, I think I just need the commanders in so I can have a little breath break.
Yeah. Hey, Cammy.
Wow, Cammy, what a game.
Yep.
How was that?
First time commanding in a comp match, and I promise you we're gonna get the seasonal next season.
That was impressive from you.
It was very good, yeah.
Yeah, I did my best, but I don't know. Probably we weren't as team as CoRe has it better. Like I needed to tell every details to squad leads kind of.
Interesting.
Cammy, I think if that was your first one commanding a comp game, I think you will need to take the seat a lot more often for your side.
I'm fully commanding right now.
Hello, Werner Voss, how are you?
How was it, man?
Wet from the sweat.
Yeah.
What
That
a
was
game.
sweaty.
What a game, yes.
I mean, where do we even start? Like, I think, congratulations probably in order to CoRe and Werner Voss, and consolidation to Cammy. I mean, oh my goodness, like that was nail biting to the last moments there. You managed to get Hill 15 back at the end as well, like that sort of consolation prize, I know, but both teams play like really well. Maybe just start with each commander, like Werner as the winning commander. How was that playing against ESTP PT? Was it what you expected?
Well, I expected a pretty hard game. I thought, yeah, it will for sure a full game. Yeah, it's certain you can sneak through at every spot. It's very hard to clear out that sector. So it's also really hard to push enemy cap when it's not direct in front, when it's left or right of the mid cap or your own cap. That's the problem here, and you need really much manpower to get this cap. So at least we had a problem in the defense, and when we lose ruins, it was definitely my fault, because I've overseen that we lose all backup garrisons I've built.
Yeah. They were literally all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that something that you planned, Cammy? Like you were going for the steamroll, or
No, I never go for a steamroll. I always play it slow. I tried to implement the WTH methods that they used in the final, but to be honest, I didn't have much time because I got commander yesterday. Basically, I wasn't the commander, and I didn't set up the opener. But we won the middle point.
I think you were saying that you was trying to do the WTH like on to like last point. I think maybe another game that would have worked. When people lose all of their garrisons, they tend to just go straight back onto that last point that they've just lost or losing, and defend that. They don't really tend to hold around on that particular last point, that fifth point. And you had a lot of players spawn and head off to it. It's just Van of us had players ready to defend that just in case, and that held you back. I think otherwise you would have done that triple.
Exactly. Yeah, WTH basically captured the last point without any problem. We had maybe because it was a middle point. Middle point is usually defended by artillery. They are ready there, putting some cap pressure. We cannot stop them from spawning easily. However, we played pretty good. Like, probably, I think the CoRe sent the best shooters to our artillery because our artillery got wiped. And defending a scar from front without artillery is not easy. We basically pushed them back from north, south, behind so many times. But the front one was the clutch point. Got us.
Yeah, I saw at Scar like a couple of times when the balance went into CoRe's favour. That was literally because their artillery was landing there and yours wasn't.
Yes, basically I mobilized people south, north, behind so many times divided in the command chat, but front is only artillery. We can't send people over the river. It's just impossible.
Yeah. So Werner, did you put your best shooters on artillery?
We have only good shooters so far. No, yeah, our snipers are good. So we balance our squad. So I think there's no one a guy about who you can say is bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw that from the scores, and actually, like both teams, had good scores there. But some really fantastic shooters, obviously, from CoRe. Like we know that already. So. Obviously, I'm just relaxing and calming down from this game because that was so intense. But maybe it's too soon to talk about it or too early to tell. But have either of you got kind of plans for the implementing what we saw today in the tournament? Like, how do you see the tournament going for each of your teams? Maybe start with Werner.
Yeah, well, we gonna scrim strong teams in the pre-seasonal time that we can find our gaps, that we can correct our failures. So sure, we will work on us every day, every time.
So I have dual citizenship. Like I'm GOF member mainly, but I have also many friends in ESPT. Whenever Injan asked me 2 days ago, do you want to be commander? I'm leaving. I was like, sure. And I had planned to defeat CoRe from before, from final WTH. Like I knew they main thing is their shooters, and their shooters are good at pushing. So we tried to hold them at hill 15, wear them off, make them stop, lose their momentum, and then from I dropped that supply for flank garrison long time before we make it. Even before we lose the SCAR, because I knew it's gonna be clutched, and that happened. We captured the middle point. I wasn't planning for the runes, but it happens that our recon team had played good, destroyed the garrisons, and captured the runes. However, holding runes without armor is really hard, and unfortunately, back lines of the runes was fully crowded with CoRe players, so I suggested the armor to stay behind, because if they pass, they're gonna get killed by infantry. So they had, I think, 3 tanks in front of the runes, just shelling it, artillery sharing their garrisons. It was not possible to hold rune any mean. We just tried to stretch the time so I can make some back garrisons. I was just running around because at the time we captured the runes, there was only 3 garrisons left for us, kinda.
I think when you were on hill 15 at the original, when you were losing 3-2 from the beginning, you managed to just entice the core guys closer and closer to you, and I think that's when you popped the airhead, and you literally had maybe one player.
Before airhead, we had a very far red zone garrison that was
Bottom of the map.
Yeah, but then I sent best shooter, especially Shaka, to clear the point. They basically told me we can hold this, and I just dropped the airhead. I was hoping it happened, and everybody deployed on it. It was clear we're gonna cap it, and yeah, I was expecting a very pushback from core, but capping drone basically stopped.
That was a little gem that you found, wasn't it? You thought, oh my god, oh, I bet your heart was racing when you capped that point, and you thought, oh no. But
can we talk about Crusader's OP? At the end
wow.
there in the scar in the bush. That was the most disgusting OP I've ever seen. It was like in the hard point, but like completely hidden, and somehow didn't ever get touched by artillery.
Well, it's the Crusader OP. It always does such things.
Yeah.
But I have to go now to our debrief.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in and talking to us.
See you
in
guys.
the future games and the
GG.
tournament.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Tira is here. I should give a shout out. He basically planned all the pre-game stuff. I told you I wasn't even commander 2 days ago. So if we capture the middle point and bought some time for us to make some back garrison, it was all on Tira.
Well done, T-Ra. Shout out to you.
Speaking of T-Ra and mentioning Crusader with the OPs, I think from what I saw from my perspective, I think those two players got man of the match for me. Crusader was getting some kills left, right and centre. He was always on his... We saw him mainly on his own, and he was always finding ways in and around the point, taking out a few players. So he done exceptionally well. But T-Ra, you had a lovely game, didn't you?
I was having fun.
We could see, and I think you managed to do a satchel on
75.
Yes, you managed to do a satchel on
yeah.
there. You also, I believe, you did a satchel on like the bunker on the point, and we were counting down. It was about 2 seconds out before they capped, and you took a lot of players with you on that one.
Yeah, I was excited. There was a moment where I think you watched me get the airhead, because I know I was talking.
Yes, you got the airhead. That was a saving grace.
And I threw down the satchel to cover myself, because I'm like, this is in the open. There's no way I'm getting to that airhead. But I did. Luckily picked that up and used that satchel for the Sherman, which was great.
Yep.
But I think I ended up getting another satchel down on the artillery gun in front of that bunker, and then on that bunker as well. Each time I think I cleared 3 or 4 people.
Yeah. But that particular last one, if that was like 5 seconds earlier, I think you took about 5 or 6 players out. So and that would have changed from tide, you would have contested and maybe held that point, but you were just seconds.
It was rough. It was a rough fight.
But what was really impressive is you managed to take out the airhead. You dropped the satchel. You died. You redeployed. You went down south. You took out a tank. You died. You went back up into the point. You put down a satchel. You died. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times you died. It's the fact that how many people you went with you to Valhalla, you know? It was fantastic.
Hey, do what you can, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, for me, you two got man of the match for me.
Yeah,
lovely.
100%. I agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, well played. And obviously, good job organising it. So, T-Ra, is it T-Ra or T-Ra?
T-Ra.
T-Ra. So, I just asked Cammy before, and he said that he's kind of like drafted in at the last minute to be commander for the game. Are you guys impressed by his performance today? Are you going to ask him back?
Oh, yeah, no. So we, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, we had an alliance with Goff right before the last seasonal. And so we're pretty familiar with them. And Cammy always comes in either in like our tank squad, or he'll just kind of be a good infantryman. But we also kind of know who our decent backup commanders are. And so when our commander kind of had a last minute family emergency, he stepped up and he did a great job. I'm very happy with that.
Back to Inshon next time then.
Yeah, well, I think he's our go-to. but we always try to flex around, test out new commanders, just because everyone has their own style, and I think map dependent, everyone plays differently.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, it's a good one today. It was really good to watch. I think people watching the stream will have loved that.
Yeah, no, it was exciting. So I'm the competitive lead, and I'm the one that does all the write-ups for the strategies at the start, and I was very happy that we were able to at least take the opener from CoRe. That was fun. At least we got that initial 3-2.
Yeah, and came so close. I mean, Cammy was talking about doing the what the hell strategy. The only thing for me that was like, I don't want to say missing, but like the clutch moment at the end there is just having the players like push through that final point, assuming, because it's not a public game, they will have people back there, so you have to like assume that they're going to be spawning at that HQ, so you need to have them off the HQ. But it came so close. Your players were so close to getting that at the end.
For Grassow?
Yeah, like Shaka Zulu and like those guys who were like right up the front there. I forget who it was. Who was just lying there. Oh, is it Keebs? Was just lying there for so long.
Yeah, what a player.
Yeah, I know. I flopped to Shaka squad. I made it's probably on me. I made the decision to go back and just cover MG, expecting everyone else to rush from that HQ that they had placed.
Yeah, sure.
Timing was just off.
I mean, yeah, but it happens sometimes. You guys had a really good coordination. I mean, for an alliance kind of thing, like to see, the redeploys and stuff like that. I know I mentioned it before the game, like it comes down to, how good people are at following the kind of commander's orders and things like that. And obviously Cammy was saying that he had to give quite a lot of orders, I suppose, but at the same time, like people were obviously very responsive and worked well together. So that's encouraging to see. I look forward to seeing your team in the seasonal, to be honest.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to as well. We will still hold on to that number one team in NA as long as we can.
Good. What's your goal as a clan? Where are you trying to get to as high on this seasonal? How high are you trying to get?
Well, you got to hit that number one spot, right?
Yeah,
Right.
100%. You have to. What would you be happy with?
Let's put it like this: who are the teams that you're worried about?
That's probably a nice one.
About? Probably not worried about WTH. I mean, come on.
I mean, yeah.
I would say
walk in the park.
Definitely the ones to watch would be CoRe and WTH. I think that's always been the two where anytime we put that on our schedule, we're like, all right, we gotta do some planning, do some extra thinking. These guys are
for sure.
No joke, and we kind of orient our play style slightly differently.
Yeah, I can see that would probably be necessary. I mean, have you got your eye on any, any of these new, communities or clans who have joined up for this season? We've obviously got 24 teams this time around.
Yeah, let me look at the whole roster here.
It's enormous. It's like,
it's trying to keep up with the amount of teams. Yeah,
I mean it's nuts. I'm very happy. It's great that we're going to have the largest seasonal that we've had so far.
Yeah.
But there's none that you've heard that they've like broken away from another clan and they're coming for their secret underdog win.
So one that I will say always a good one to keep an eye out for, CNUT that just formed into Trigger. Every single time we play them, it's a tough match, and they do a really great job. Generally, I think they're one of the more underrated teams who should probably be higher up on the seeding. They are a very strong team to go up against.
Yeah, it's funny. In the last seasonal, like before it all started, a lot of the streamers had like a sort of bet on like who they thought was going to do well, and we all filled out like an imaginary tournament, like the table and who would win what game. And I put all my eggs in CNUT's basket. So I'm not, I'm kind of with you, but also, they've got a lot to prove to me coming into this one. They let me down big time before.
Well, we played them last week, and I'll tell you, it was no joke. It was a tough match.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing them.
So you're ready.
It's great for the game.
Yeah, that, and I think excited to see Bastardos back, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think they are back, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, they're ones who is another one for me to keep an eye on. in terms of scheduling. I think we're trying to get a doubleheader right before the seasonal with them. Stress ourselves as much as possible, you know?
Good.
Of course, yeah.
So cool. Keep that energy ready for it.
Yeah, burn those players out, you know.
Hey, man.
And then the WTH can just sweep in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we got a little break, right? You know.
Yeah, we got a few weeks, so
Swooping
plenty
in.
of time.
WTH is like an elephant. You guys are like stomping.
Hey, I will say that last seasonal, we almost had you for Carentan. All right. You did push us back, I get it, but we held that midpoint pretty hard.
It was tight. It was a good game. Very, very tight.
That Carrington, if I didn't die in Season 6, you wouldn't have it. If you remember the...
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah,
it's
but
how it goes.
that was
This
the old
time
season. Now it's all about this one.
I was behind the wall, just sideways, not looking forward, and the tiger tried to kill me so many shots. Finally got the shot on my forehead.
So
Like my
annoying.
forehead was visible.
So annoying. We saw some great tank plays today as well, to be fair.
Yeah, today thanks fight was quite good.
Quite good. That was a very intense and very entertaining game. So thank you very much.
Yeah,
Of course. Thank you guys for coming
thanks
out.
for
and
joining
worries.
us
streaming.
on the thing after the stream here as well.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll let you guys go on because you probably got a debrief with your team. We probably kept you for a bit too long.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Let someone else deal with it. I do so much prep.
Just said you've had a cup of tea or something and just relax.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, that's all it is. Thank you again
No
for
worries.
doing this.
Yeah, take care.
You guys take care.
Nice to speak to you.
See ya.
Goodbye.
See you, no connection.
No worries. Take care. See you later. There we have it. What an intensive game that was. CoRe comes out 4-1. Sorry. I can't remember now. Jesus. Oh, it doesn't matter. CoRe won. Just baffled me what the score was. Wow. What did you guys think? I'm looking back at the chat now and I can see that you guys clearly enjoyed that game. It was very, very intense from start to finish. What a push Cammy has given the Triple Clan onto CoRe's side. They really tested the CoRe side, and CoRe had to, get some studs on their feet and dig in and push back on. And you got to give it to him. CoRe's experience in this competitive game and style of modes. They did come out on top, and too rightly, they should have come out on top. But boy, were they tested today. And on that note, you guys, if you voted for the the Allies to win, and you voted for CoRe to win, congratulations. You got your channel points back. Fantastic. Everyone that voted did vote for CoRe. So you obviously know your stuff. Fantastic. But again, that will probably be all for me tonight. Do give us a little follow, put your notifications on, because this time, well, not this time, tomorrow evening from 7 o'clock CET time, we've got WTH versus STDB German side. Now, you thought that was an epic game. You wait till tomorrow. Thank you very much. I also want to say a little thank you to all the followers and a huge appreciation to Mevans for the two-month subscription. Man, love you. Absolutely love it. For the followers, Gratings, Esba, Hammer Time, ProQuest, AK Roast, Stormtrooper, and Rotmayesova. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Thank you all very, very much for the follows. Hope you've enjoyed your evening. I certainly have. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow evening. Take care. Have a great evening.